Right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kieran and welcome back to a new survival horror video, and today we're going to be diving into the creepy hallways of Paranoid. So I was originally going to do a video on Fear the Dark Unknown today, but I delayed it since they're about to drop like a big gameplay video, so yeah, that's why I'm not doing that video today, and I opted for Paranoid instead. Which, I'll be honest, I've been calling it Paranoia this entire time, which I've only really noticed when I started writing the script for this video this morning, so yeah. So yes, welcome to Paranoid, a new first-person survival horror game from the folks over at Madmind Studios, but it apparently has been in development for some time. They also created ANEH, which I hear is actually alright now since they deleted the unrated version on PC. But I'm kinda glad with this game that they're replacing the whole mad fuckboy demon thing with a ghost woman. But don't worry, it is quite different from the standard ghost woman because this is going to be a naked ghost woman, so aye. So there's not much detail going around since its announcement, which brought a concept gameplay trailer alongside 2 teasers, but we actually can get a lot from it when we take it apart. But before all that, let's dive right into the story of Paranoid. Paranoid is set in the 80s and follows Patrick Calman, a 31-year-old who inherited an apartment from his parents after they were violently killed due to unknown circumstances. This also happened around the same time Patrick's sister mysteriously disappeared. This trauma caused by the loss of his family ultimately destroys Patrick's mind. Since then, Patrick's apartment became his prison, as he never seems to leave it, really. One day the phone rings in Patrick's apartment, which he does answer, but only to find the voice of his sister. You know, the one who disappeared ages ago. In order to unravel this mystery, Patrick must leave his life of isolation and expose himself to fucked up horrors that await him through the hallways of this mysterious apartment building. I just want to say one thing, Patrick's survival instincts seem to be right on point, because in the trailer, the second he seems things are a wee bit fishy, he just grabs a bottle and starts swinging things. Like, starts swinging for things. He even took out like the first monster that like appeared right at his face. He just like swung that bottle and ran like fuck, which is best thing you could have probably done in that moment. The thing I like about this story is that it really does remind me of like Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 4 of The Room. Silent Hill 2 for, you know, the mysterious return of a loved one, and then Silent Hill 4 The Room for the isolation effect the game kind of leaves on you. So the story does sound cool, but let's jump right into gameplay, no point waiting around, because you'll get my thoughts at the end of the video anyway, so yeah, let's jump into gameplay. So what caught my eye on this game is the fact that it actually has combat, so bravo to the developers, because when initially watching the trailer I was like, okay, here we go again, yet another Visage. Fantastic, it's not like we have enough of this, especially with Layers of Fear 2 coming out. But no, this game seems to actually have good gameplay mechanics in there, so I think anyway, I could totally be wrong when this game releases. But yeah, a key part of this game is the brutal combat system. It appears that you can like pick up random weapons anywhere, judging from the trailer anyway. Weapons can range from glass bottles, knives, and what I think is a fire extinguisher towards the end. It appears that you can also do stealth kills on enemies if they're unaware of your position and if you sneak up behind them. One of the other key features the developer mentions is drug abusing gameplay elements, which I take it means that the player will have to like pop up some drugs or something like that when things get a bit too crazy and Patrick starts to have an even worse mental breakdown. Maybe if you don't take them, it will lead you to like hallucinating enemies and such. So you start to see things that aren't really there, and so you start wasting ammo if this game has guns, or you just start like knifing walls and shit like that when you think there's an enemy there. Maybe it's going to be like Outlast 2 when you have to hunt down baddies and you have to like be sure you have enough baddies to get through a level or something like that, and so in this game you have to be sure you have enough pills to get through a scenario, you know? Let's talk about the enemies for a second. Enemies in which I call the booby monsters. It's because like, that's essentially what they are. Like, why is there a breast on the back of this thing? Like, what is the point? If this game is inspired by Silent Hill, which I think it is, maybe these booby monsters are like manifestations of Patrick's fears, which I know doesn't really make much sense, but you know, bear with me for a second. The one comparison I can actually make here is the nurse again from Silent Hill 2. Many people speculate that the nurse appearance is due to the main protagonist James's sexual frustration so this could be like similar to Patrick's situation, I don't really know, but I'm That's like, I'm trying to come up with a reason why these things exist. So I'm I think that's probably why. I think they're going more of a Silent Hill direction, so these monsters have like a deeper meaning behind them. The game also has multiple endings tied to it, which I'm guessing is judged by how many enemies you kill, if you stay on your drugs, or you let your mind go into insanity. This is actually good information because it does add replayability to the game, which is good. Like, replayability is the key to like all games, really. So what are my thoughts on Paranoid? Well, again, like I say with all these style of games, it looks promising. The visuals are amazing and definitely give me more of like a Resident Evil 7 kind of vibe, to be honest, even though the obvious comparison you can make is to PT. I think I'm kind of glad that this game is going to be in a more combat-orientated route like Resident Evil 7, because there is just way too many games like Visage that are coming out where you're just walking and running away from enemies instead of doing what most like initial reactions are, and that is picking up a good heavy bottle and just whacking it over a monster's head and then getting the fuck out of there. See, the amount of potential weapons in Outlast 2 they make you walk past is absolutely ridiculous. Like, there's a perfectly good shovel there that you can use as a weapon, and they use the excuses like, oh, but this main character is not a violent character. Yes, but so is the guy from like We Happy Few. Like, you know, the very first guy you play as, he's like a weakling, but you know, he can still pick up a bat, he can still swing, so why can't this guy? Anyway, yes, overall I think the game does look cool and I cannot wait to see more. So are you looking forward to seeing more of Paranoid? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments and before I leave, I'd like to thank again my brilliant wee patrons Simon609, Kendall Gunshop, Devil and Proxy1 for their continued support over on my Patreon. Anyway guys, that's me, thanks for watching and I'll see you later, bye bye. And also expect the Fear of the Dark Unknown video to be maybe next week or the week after, I don't really know, but yes, expect that soon, so yeah, bye bye.